Paying off a PCP after 24 equal payments on a 36-month agreement and a 48-month agreement. Which is actually cheapest? Let's find out today. Welcome back to the channel, folks. JD here again. Had a very nice email this morning from one of my viewers, so thank you for that, John. And he asked a question which I thought would make a really good video. He's looking at a car, I think it's a Hyundai. I'm going to use Hyundai as an example. I don't know which particular model it is. And he was basically saying, if I want to own the car and I want to pay the PCP deal off after 2 years, is there any benefit in going for a 36-month agreement or a 48-month agreement? Which is the cheapest? So that's what I thought we'd look at today. We'll do a bit of number crunching, so it should be very quick to demonstrate. So what I've done, I've gone over to Hyundai and I've chosen a Hyundai Ioniq Hybrid Premium, and what I'm going to do is, using the spreadsheet, we're going to see what our monthly payments would be and how much it would cost to settle the agreement after exactly 24 payments have been made under both scenarios. So that's using a 36-month term. In this case, it's a 37-month agreement and a 49-month agreement. A little bit of a recap. I always mention this. When you're comparing PCP deals and you ask for a 36-month quote or a 48-month quote, just make sure that when you're comparing different agreements, that they are both the same. So for example, on here, look, on Hyundai, I can't choose a 36-month agreement. I have to choose a 37. Now what does that mean? It means we've got 36 equal payments, and month 37 is where our optional payment lies, our guaranteed future value lies. Sometimes if you ask for a 36-month quote, you'll get 35 equal payments, and month 36 is where the guaranteed future value lies. So obviously that will affect your monthly payments if the term is different. So just make sure you always compare apples with apples. So in this case, look, I'm going to choose 37 months to begin with, annual mileage of 10,000, doesn't really matter, we'll just keep it the same for both examples, and a deposit of 0. Okay, so they are quoting 36 monthly payments of 447.89. They're offering a £1,750 deposit contribution and 5.5% APR. So the first thing I always do is let's just make sure the spreadsheet is accurate. Now remember, if you're new to this channel, if you are new to this channel, you can always get a copy of this spreadsheet that I use in all my videos. It's a one-off donation of £10, and if you fling me an email here, you'll get instructions as how you can make that donation. I've also got another spreadsheet I should mention, which is proving quite popular, which is if you're thinking of going down an electric vehicle salary sacrifice route, it will enable you to compare a car allowance or an existing agreement that you might have personally against a company EV scheme. So if you want a copy of that as well, please fling me an email. Anyway, back to this. So what we'll do is just make sure the spreadsheet is giving us a reasonable accurate result. Sometimes, depending on the calculations and the rounding errors and stuff like that, it will be very, very close, and sometimes it will be maybe £1 a month off. So let's just see out of interest how this particular example compares. So our total cost is 26,295. So we're going to put that in the top box. We're not putting any deposit in at all in this example, but they are adding a 1,750 deposit contribution. So we're financing technically 24,545. Something I would like to add as well is always make sure if you are given any kind of contribution by the dealer, that it is actually a contribution and not a discount. If it's on the invoice as a deposit contribution, so that the amount financed is different here, it will affect your voluntary termination point. So in this example, it is actually a deposit contribution, so that's really good. So guaranteed future value after the 3 years is, let me just have a look, 11,420.50. So we'll put that into here. So 11,420.50. Option to purchase fee doesn't quote anything, so we'll leave that. And the starting month we'll assume is now, so that's February 2022. Quoted APR is 5.5. And now this is the important bit. months. This is the equal number of months. So in this case, it's going to be 36 because there's 36 equal payments and month 37 is our final value. So we're going to put in 36 there. And the spreadsheet tells me our monthly payment is 447.87 and they've got 447.89. So that's pretty good. The spreadsheet is working within 2 pence per month. So that's really good. So we know the spreadsheet is accurate. So let's have a look. If we said we took this deal out and we wanted to settle after 24 equal payments. So on the amortization table here, look, we go to month 24. It tells us that our settlement is going to be, now again, this is negligible. This can be different because whenever I've got settlement quotations on various loans I've had, they will sometimes add a bit of a charge or sometimes they can add up to I think 58 days interest. So we'll assume, and it doesn't really matter because we'll assume it's the same in both examples, that the settlement is this column here. So that's without any additional penalties. So it is showing 16,071 pence to settle after 24 months. So I'm going to make a new spreadsheet here. So this is for our 37-month example. Let me just zoom in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Let's do that. Okay, so 37-month example was I'm going to use my spreadsheet figures rather than theirs in both, but as you can see they are very close. So it was 447.87. So 447.87, and we're going to make 24 of those payments. So we will have made that times that. So we'll have made that's interesting. Sorry, I've got an ampersand instead of a times. There we go, let's try again. Right, so we would have made £10,748.88 in payments. And we've also got to settle with a figure of 16,071 pence. So 16,071. So under the 37 month example, it will have cost us in total that plus that. So £26,749.59. Now that's pretty good when you think about it. That's almost 0% APR because of their deposit contribution. The retail price of the car was 26,295. So to settle after 2 years with no deposit, because they've got a deposit contribution, would have cost us 26,749. So what, 500 quid? So that's pretty interesting. Right, let's now do the 49-month example. So if we go back to, if we go back to Hyundai, and we're going to change this to 49 months. So everything else the same, 10,000 miles a year, no deposit. That's now coming out at 383.17, same APR, and an optional final payment of 9,987.25. So let's put this into this tab. So let's have a look. So again, let me just zoom in again so you can see what we're doing. Okay, so total cost was the same, wasn't it? 26,295, deposit of nothing. Daily deposit was 1750. Guaranteed future value this time is 9,987.25. Starting month we'll say again, February 2022. Quoted APR 5.5. And remember, 48 equal months. Okay. Right, spreadsheet's telling me 383.19. They've got 383.17. So again, really close, 2p a month out. So that's really good. Okay, so if we go back to this bit, we will have paid 383.19 times 24 because we're looking at settling, if you remember, at 24 equal payments again. So that's going to be that times that. So obviously it's going to cost us less in monthly payments, but the settlement figure is going to be higher because we'll have paid less off because it's over 4 years, and our guaranteed future value is lower at the other end. So let's go back to our table. So how much will it cost us to settle this time after 24 payments? It's going to cost us 17,634.92. 17,634.92. So the total cost in this example over a 4-year deal, paying off at month 24, is going to be that plus that. This is negligible. Hardly anything in it, but it's slightly cheaper, look, to pay it off on a 3-year deal versus a 4-year deal, but only by that minus that. £81. So to answer your question, John, it looks like there's not a lot in it at all, but it would be about £80 cheaper to take out a 3-year PCP and pay it off after month 24 compared to a 4-year PCP and paying it off at month 24. Yes, your monthly payments are lower, but your settlement figure at the end is higher, but overall it's slightly cheaper by 80 quid or thereabouts to pay off a 3-year PCP after 2 years. Hope that was useful. Quite a nice little example. As always, do fling me an email here. Like I say, if you want to copy the spreadsheets or you want to discuss anything, buy me a coffee here if you want to. A few people have, surprisingly, so very generous, very kind of you. And if you want to give this video a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. If you haven't yet subscribed, it would be really appreciated if you do. And I will see you very soon for another one of these kind of videos. Thanks for watching. Take care.